It is me, Queen, here, Life After Money, and it's coffee time. This is my first cup of coffee. It's 12:30, my first cup of coffee today. When I woke up this morning, I thought maybe I ought to do something a little bit healthy and have hot water, and I had a couple of Satsuma oranges, so I squeezed the juice out of those, and that's what I had for my first drink. It was alright, it was different, but about an hour later I felt a little bit sort of fuzzy head, but anyway that went off. I mean, I don't drink a lot of coffee anyway. It's usually just one mug in the morning and occasionally maybe one at lunchtime. But I thought, well, I'll try it with a fruit juice first. But I've caved in and now I've got a coffee. Have you got a coffee? Guess what's down here? Guess what is down here? Maisie, what you doing? Cheers, have a coffee. Oh, here we go again. Maisie has just got up and she's just eaten. I'm just trying to make a little footrest for myself here because she's not very comfortable if my legs are not straight, so put my legs on this heater and it's a footrest. Right then, Maisie, are you going to join me, Maisie, while I talk to people? Are you? Are you going to sit down and be a good girl? Are you? Oh, she's a good girl. She's my baby. She's my baby. Right, now let's get on. What we're going to talk about? Well, I've got an idea. I didn't sleep very well last night. Normally do sleep very well, and but last night I was finding it difficult to fall asleep, and then I woke up an hour later or 2 hours later, and I kept waking up, going to the bathroom, going back to sleep again, waking up, and I feel like I haven't really had a good night's sleep. It's because my head was buzzing with all kinds of things that's going on at the moment actually, but I lay there and about every so often when I woke up I looked at the time. I thought, oh, 2 hours later, oh, it'll be soon time to get up. You're sitting down, Maisie. Come on, Maisie, sit down. Sit. Good girl. Sitty, yes, sit. So anyway, I didn't feel that great this morning, but I'm still, my head's okay now, and I've woken up now. But I was thinking, what was on my mind is the fact that although I'm fit and healthy at the moment, as far as I know, what would happen if I actually needed some kind of help with some kind of medical issue, whatever that might be? What would happen? And I'm thinking, will there be anybody there to dish out whatever I need, or will I have to sort myself out? I mean, I always say it's up to me to look after myself, and I've been pretty lucky up to now. I've only been hospitalised 3 times for a very short period of time, and when I was 10 I had my tonsils out, a very minor operation when I was 37, and when I was 59 I was rushed to hospital in the middle of the night. I dialed 999 because I'd got a pain that was just awful, and it was a good job I went to hospital, because they found something wrong in the women's bits, you know. I ended up having a full hysterectomy. So far that's been fine, and I'm still okay. But how much longer am I going to stay okay for? Have you got a coffee? Well, I hope I'm going to stay well for a long time, but nothing is guaranteed. Nothing. I found this picture. You may or may not know what that is. This is a picture from, I'm sorting photographs out, by the way, from the 15th of March 2016. So 16, was that 4 years ago? Coming up to 5 years ago. So I found this picture amongst my pictures, my photographs. My stomach wasn't too good at the time, and I was getting a lot of uncomfortable feelings just there, you know, especially after eating. So they sent me for a camera down the throat, and I was watching this on the screen as they were doing it. And when they'd finished, I mean, it was an okay experience, not that pleasant, but it was okay. I said, could I have a photograph to take home? And he gave me this. So yes, I have got a photograph of my duodenum, apparently, the bit that goes down into the stomach. But anyway, since then I modified my diet. I was eating the wrong stuff, too much starch, and since I've changed all that, it's perfectly okay now, perfectly fine. And I think a lot of ills could be sorted out, a lot of problems with well, the digestive system and other things as well, could be sorted out with correct diet. And I'm seeing this a lot on the internet. I follow Dr. Chatterjee, and it's all about taking care of yourself before you get a problem. So that's what I'm trying to do. And have you got a coffee? Maisie, are you alright, my darling? I am not your mummy. I know you think I am, but I'm not your mummy. She's my gorgeous girl. She sleeps with me on the bed every night. So why am I thinking about my health? Well, I haven't taken much out of the NHS at all throughout my life. Little bits here and little bits there. I do get free batteries for my hearing aid, thank goodness, and I have had national health specs when I was young, but now I just pay for them. Dentist, I'm a national health patient at a practice, but now they don't want to see me. I'm not doing checkups at the moment, so what next? You know, I will need a checkup at some point. So anyway, I've been getting text on my little Nokia mobile phone, and I'll read you one of them. Right. From my doctor's practice, by the way. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the restrictions in force, could we ask that you don't attend the practice in person unless you are calling to attend an appointment or collect a prescription? Well, I haven't had an appointment for a few years, a long time. Then, could we ask that you contact the practice by telephone, if possible, for any other matter, or use the practice online consultation service to raise any queries. You can access this facility at blah 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 medical practice. Well, I've had 11 texts like that over the last couple of months or so, and it just makes me think I'm alone. I've been abandoned. I can't go to the doctors for anything, even if I wanted to, and so I would have to go through the procedure, I suppose, ring up, have a telephone consultation, I would think. I mean, I don't know what happens these days, because I can only go by what people tell me that they have to do if they want to consult a doctor. But I suppose eventually I may have to do that. But in the meantime, it's a bit, what can I say, disconcerting, you know, that I'm 71 years old. I've done pretty well for myself throughout my whole life, looking after my health, but now, over the next few years, what happens if I need something? Will I just be left to it and sort myself out? You know? I don't know. So, I think it's probably better to try not to think about it. And just, I mean, some of it's down to luck, isn't it? I mean, some illnesses are down to your genes and who your parents were and the lifestyle you live and where in the country you live as well. The pollution that you're picking up from being out and about. So there's a lot of different things that come into the whole thing. You know, I live in the countryside now, so it's much better. I would not go and live in a town. In fact, I think the more remote, the better. But then again, if I want to go to somewhere really remote, I have to think about where might I get any medical treatments if I should so need any. Where would I get them? So, I don't know. Maisie's gone to sleep now, look. Are you alright, Maisie? I tell you what kept me awake all night. I am on the internet quite a lot, and they say that you should switch it off an hour or 2 hours before you go to bed. Well, I get so involved in searching, looking here, there, everywhere. I want to know what is going on, and it's like living in a detective film. You pick up little bits of information here and there, and you pick out the bits that you feel you need to know about. I do anyway. And then it's like a puzzle, and I'm trying to work it out, put it all together in my head, and it is starting to make sense, I must admit. But then comes another problem. If I speak about what I have learnt on there, then I have to be careful who I speak to, because there are people that would just say, ha ha ha, you're a conspiracy theorist, where's your tin hat, go back off down the rabbit hole, blah 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 blah. Now that comes from people who do not question anything. I question everything. I want to know why, how, where, who. And there are people who do not question anything. I learnt a new word, actually, acquiesce. I had to look that up. Acquiesce. It's like, it's about accepting without question. That's what it means. And I don't do that because I question. So, but I must admit that I would rather know something than know nothing. I would rather spread my wings, spread my thoughts, spread my luck in all these rabbit holes. I'll go down the rabbit hole, fine, because there'll be something down there that I want to know about, that I want to find out about. And these little snippets that I'm picking up, they're coming together. I think I might have said this before. So I'm finding it quite exciting. It's like being in a movie. Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it, Maisie? You know what I mean, don't you? You understand, don't you? She says, yes, Mum, just give me my food and cuddles. And you're happy, aren't you, with that? Cheers, have you got a coffee? I'm sorting photographs out. Right, and I've got hundreds and hundreds. Hundreds. I mean, maybe even a couple of thousand, I don't know. This pile there is lorries, trucks. I used to take photographs everywhere I went, always had a camera. I used to go to truck shows, all the custom trucks, all the trucks that I've driven, all the people's trucks, and this is just a small bundle of them. So I'm in the middle of that sorting out job. Now what I've done here is photographed some of these and put them on the blog. So an experiment really. How many can I put together in a collage and put them in one photograph? Now I'm going to have to move Maisie now because I want to pick you up. You're coming to trot over to the computer with me. Right. Maisie, there you go, darling. Oops. You know, you've got the best chair there, look. So I'll just pop you over here. I'm going to sit down for a minute. Maisie, sit down. That's a good girl. So I've got the computer on. Now, you might have seen some of these photographs when I did the trucking talks. I think I've got 45 pictures on that one. Now, so I've done an experiment, 45 photographs on one picture. I started off there. Started off there with 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. Then I gradually just added some more, some more, some more. So all those trucks I drove and all those loads I delivered. And that's only a few of them. That's only a few. Yep. Anyway, I've got a really big job here to do this, and I will do it because who's going to want these photographs when I'm gone? And I'm eventually, over a period of a year or two, I'm going to be going through the whole house because there's quite a lot of stuff that I don't actually need. So there you go. I think I'm going to go now because what's the time? Oh, 1:45. I've got to go. Got to go, everybody. Got to go, Maisie. I've got to go. I've got to go outside. I've got to walk across the road. I've got to meet somebody. Yeah, there's a lady in the village who wants to do the 1,000-mile walking challenge starting on January the 1st. So I'm going to go and meet her, and I've drawn a map to show the 2-mile walk and the 3-mile walk that I do. I shall probably do a walk with her to get her started. I've got more routes that I can show her. I've got a couple of 5-mile walks, and try and get her started, but it is up to her how she decides to carry on. I'm not wanting to go walking with somebody on a regular basis because I like walking by myself. So I will show her the way. I will get her started. I will give her a pep talk. I will tell her not to give up. I will be there for her if she needs some encouragement. But I don't want to be walking with her all the time. Do you understand that, Maisie? Do you get that? I think you do, don't you? Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching my video. And I haven't yet thought about 2021. I may think of that soon. This is me, Queen. Life after money. Bye.